A Texas woman dies after pregnancy complications. Her doctors say they could not treat her under the state's abortion ban.
This is on the policies that he's pursued for decades.
The story, now an issue in the race for Senate.
The Texas law makes clear that any procedure that is necessary to save the life of a mother can be done and should be done.
How it's putting a new spotlight on a key divide between the candidates. Record spending in the race for Senate. We dig into how much money is being spent and where the campaign cash is coming from. Texas takes a big step toward building more border wall.
It's been a long fight to get here, to be able to acquire this piece of property, to get this wall built.
We look at where the state is buying land to clear the way for more construction.
Produced from the Capitol in Austin and airing statewide, this is the award-winning State of Texas.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Josh Hinkle. The story of a Texas mother who died due to an untreated miscarriage is gaining national attention just days before Election Day. Yoseli Barnica's doctors said they could not treat her under the state's abortion ban. Abortion policy is a key issue driving voters in the race for U.S. Senate, and Barnica's story is one of many affecting Texas women. Ryan Chandler spoke to both Colin Allred and Ted Cruz about how those stories highlight a policy divide between the candidates.
In 2021, Yoseli Barnica was 28 years old with a much-wanted second child on the way until tragedy struck.
Doctors pretty quickly diagnosed her with an inevitable miscarriage. There really was no chance of saving this pregnancy.
The standard treatment, end the pregnancy to prevent infection. ProPublica reports the doctors said that would be illegal. 3 days later, she died of sepsis.
We reviewed the details of this case with more than a dozen maternal health experts across the country, and they said her death looked preventable.
Her death highlighting the divides in the race for Senate.
It's now dangerous to be pregnant in Texas.
Democratic candidate Colin Allred blames Ted Cruz.
This is on the policies that he's pursued for decades. He's called for and celebrated this law. He said it was perfectly reasonable. And this is what it looks like.
For Senator Cruz, he also calls Yoseli's case heartbreaking and defends Texas's law.
That this woman lost her life is truly a tragedy. The Texas law makes clear that any procedure that is necessary to save the life of a mother can be done and should be done.
The Texas abortion ban makes an exception when the mother is at risk of death or substantial impairment of a major bodily function. In May, the Texas Supreme Court upheld that language, ruling it does not require doctors to wait until death is near.
It is critical that we do everything necessary to save the lives of moms, and we grieve with the family at the tragedy that occurred here.
In the latest polling from the Texas Politics Project, 7% of voters listed abortion as their top issue, behind the economy, the border, and tied with democracy. Ryan Chandler, State of Texas.
You will see more ads related to abortion in the final days of the campaign. On Thursday, the Texas Alliance for Life rolled out a new ad to highlight their opposition to both Representative Allred and Vice President Harris. Allred also has ads that focus on reproductive rights, airing statewide. It's all part of a surge of spending in the final days of the Senate campaign. Our Daniel Marin looks closer at how much money is being spent and where the cash is coming from.
I'm Daniel Marin, and we're back with more campaign context in these final days ahead of the 2024 general election. And it's still a tight Senate race here in Texas between Republican incumbent Senator Ted Cruz and his Democratic challenger, Congressman Colin Allred. Now, at this point, you've probably seen a lot of political ads in this race, and over the next few days, you are likely to see many, many more. So we wanted to give you some context on just how much money is being spent to try and persuade you who is spending it and who is not. According to the ad tracking firm Ad Impact, Democrats have spent a combined total of $57 million on ads in the Texas Senate race since Labor Day. The majority of that has come from the Allred campaign itself, about $44 million. And then in this final push, the congressman is getting a boost from a Democratic super PAC. The Senate Majority PAC, which is the Democratic Party's PAC for Senate races, is spending another $4 million on TV ads in this race in San Antonio, Houston, and Allred's hometown of Dallas. That is according to NBC News. Over on the GOP side, Republicans have dropped about $47.5 million on ads since Labor Day. The Cruz campaign has put up about $17 million of that, and a super PAC known as the Truth and Courage PAC has spent about $18.5 million on ads, according to Ad Impact. Now, the Truth and Courage PAC is not the Republican Party's Senate PAC. That would be the Senate Leadership Fund, which has been pumping last-minute money into the Nevada Senate race. For a little extra context on what's going on here, Cruz has expressed frustration that party leadership hasn't sent any of that super PAC money his way. But the senator has bumped heads with GOP Senate leader Mitch McConnell. Earlier this month, Cruz told a conservative talk show host that McConnell is using money, or lack thereof, to, quote, punish those who dare to stand up to him.
Daniel Marin, State of Texas.